What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the best attackers in FC24. We've got a host of players, to be honest. We've taken out the icons, or at least just the base icons, and also heroes for this week. Like I said last week, if you want to check them out again, I have got a full icon list for a tier list, and then I also do have the attackers from last week. So going straight into it then, we've got all the new cards. Let's see what we can go with then. So starting off, we've got the few S1, SA, B, C. C is predominantly fodder now, and I do think there is going to be a few players, most definitely not Alvarez in there, that will be more on the fodder basis more than anything, because we are now getting to a point where the game is very much already at a very good level. I don't know why these... Okay, there we go, just a little bit laggy on this. But there is a level now of players where I must admit the teams I'm coming up against are a lot better than what we have seen in previous years. So that does mean the people do need to get better. You need to have better players early on. And I must admit, as much as Jota, even Rafinha and Adeyemi would be very good in the first week, they have slowly fallen into that fodder sort of category now. So then we move on. We've got Andre Silva. With the UCLs, I'm kind of taking them as they are at the moment. I'm pretty sure I've got them all if they have been upgraded or not. There may be a couple that might have done. Don't kill me for it. But in terms of the players that I can remember, the only one that I think has been upgraded that I'm not sure if he has or not, if I check Footbin, is going to be Lewandowski. He is 92 and I'm pretty sure he is due the upgrade. Whether he's got it or not, that's the one thing I do need to check, because I know a couple have got it, but not a lot of people. So that will be in a full reworks with them anyway. It looks like he has got it. So now he's a 93, 82 pace. So he's had a relatively good upgrade from there. He has gone one away from his inform again. So he was a 91 inform. Now he's a 93 road to the knockout. Again, with Lawan, you may find him better than what I personally do. I would happily go with an A for him. I just think the pace side of stuff is just not good enough, in my opinion. Lawan's been the same every year. Once he gets to that team of the season value, he's definitely a lot better because his stats kind of normally boost up quite a lot and he does feel better. But in terms of my gameplay, I've just never really found him too useful. And it's why you never really see him in loads of teams. If I packed him, maybe I'd do him. If obviously he's the best striker I've got in the team, then fair enough, I'd play him. But most definitely there is far too many players out here that are better. If we look at the new icons as well, we have got a big boy Hullet, who is most definitely going up a little bit there. If we get him about there, we'll do. He is coming in at a whopping price. I'm pretty sure he would have dropped massively in comparison. 5.1 mil, that's pretty fair enough. So he is just over about 1.3 mil compared to his base version. Has only got a 1 upgrade like a lot of these heroes icons, so there isn't really too much to judge. To be honest, with a lot of them, I'd just go with their normal version. Literally, you are only paying for a bog standard upgrade. But I must admit, they've gone with some very meta ones. Jarzinho's absolutely cracked. To be honest, even Rooney is at a very, very good level. I wouldn't necessarily say S1, but I'd definitely put him and Smith in that S category. I feel like Jarzinho is going to be one of the better right wings, and it's mainly because when we look at someone like an Mbappe, who again has had a massive upgrade to his 92, I say a massive upgrade, he's had a +1, let's not be real here, but he has had an upgrade which has given him a power shot plus, I'm pretty sure it was. So he did have originally, we had the quick step, which again is still going to be a very good one, but I must admit having that finisher sort of vibe with the power shot is going to be very, very juicy for him as well. He is coming in at 5 mil as well, so I kind of expect it with him, as naturally a card that in the gold version is already at the top elite level. Any upgrade for him has to be as well. It's the same if we got a 96 R9. There would be very little difference between the base version and that version, other than he's just even better. So naturally for me, he's always going to be there. We did get a Salah as well in Trailblazer, who I think is absolutely marvellous. Very, very good. He's already had his gold, his inform, another Trailblazer now. I'm pretty sure the previous version, he does have a technical playstyle plus, and he did have a finesse, which personally for Salah, as he is a cutting merchant with his left foot, that could be a decent one, to be honest. I feel like they have almost ruined some cards in terms of the Trailblazer. I know it's not necessarily a massive upgrade, it's only a +1 for instance for Salah, but changing the playstyle plus can have its weaknesses and also its advantages. So with Ronaldo being that one, he has now changed his playstyle plus from a power shot to a Travella. Cards upgraded, which is always nice, but that playstyle plus has literally ruined him in terms of what we actually got a benefit from Ronaldo. So in terms of pace, we've got a +8. That is absolutely phenomenal for him. I do think he's a very good card, still coming in at 1 mil, but he's not quite there yet. I think with Ronaldo and even Messi's kind of more dribbling orientated, so I again would go more S for him, but I do think with Ronaldo, he needs to be upgraded more. Messi's got that left stick dribble, it works really well, you can kind of be in and around the box, he's not necessarily a powerhouse sort of player, and he does have the finesse, whereas Ronaldo is about the power, he's about the maximum pace, strength, shooting, dribbling. He needs it all to be the CR7 that we always love in these games, so I don't think he's quite there yet. I definitely could think of better strikers at the moment. Definitely a nice upgrade nonetheless. A double upgrade already is well on his way. But I do think for both of them, they would be sitting in S. And I'd actually say the same for Kane at the minute. I know I kind of give you all that spiel about Lewandowski, but I think with Kane, another double upgrade on top. He now has a power shot plus in comparison to incisive pass. I think the incisive pass would work really well in like how we got a winter wildcard Benzema in centre mid. That would work really well for Kane as well, but I do like the power shot. May not be used all the time, but most definitely is a very, very good unit. Talking of another Trailblazer, just because we did get quite a lot of nice cards, Smith. Absolutely outstanding gold, and it hasn't changed one bit. She may not have got the most insane playstyle plus because she did get relentless, which really isn't going to be worth too much for her. She didn't have one to begin with, so it's really no difference. There's no kind of extra kind of like downgrade for her for changing it. She didn't have one, so it really doesn't matter what they give her. They could have literally given her anything, and at least it's an extra bonus on top. She's coming in at 775, but a gold card is still 100,000 coins, give or take. Same with that, we have Morgan, Swanson, and I think Rodman should be here somewhere, but it doesn't look like she is, which is kind of concerning. But we've got Alex Morgan and also Swanson. I think these are an incredible trio. Rodman would be the same. I think they do hold some sort of individuality to them, but I do think all of them together is a very, very good unit. It's almost like they just link together really well. They play perfectly. I've come up against the trio, the quadruple, many, many times. And just adding to that, Diana as well, I must admit, is outstanding. She is just pure dribbling, pace, everything basis. She is absolutely brilliant on the game, and I do think when she gets an upgrade, that would be a card to definitely look out for. She doesn't have any playstyle pluses, so again, if we get a technical, anything dribbling orientated, or even just a forward, as she can be played at striker as well, that is going to be a card to definitely look at. We then have Neymar, which is a shame for him as well. I must admit, the previous one before, incredible, everything, all gravy. At the minute, we can't actually really use him. I think in general, Trickstar Pluses have been taken out because obviously we had the Trickstar Plus glitch, and then they kind of reintroduced it, but then I could never play a match with Neymar on my bench. As soon as I took him out, you can. So I don't know if that works for anybody else with the Trickstar Plus. I know Ronaldinho is going to be a big one there, but until they fix that, it kind of renders them useless, really. He doesn't have his playstyle plus at the moment, so at the minute we are kind of just waiting game for him. Whether they get it fixed soon, who knows. Then we have a few more kind of in that sort of lower category. I still think Diaby definitely is in deserving of the A. He is absolutely rapid down the wing. It is a very, very bog standard way of playing, but I absolutely love him for him. Second account, he has been an absolute dream, but the one that has been a dream is Dembele. I don't think they got the upgrade yet. I'm pretty sure they're one game away, as obviously they lost to Newcastle, so he's still one more game until he gets the upgrade, and he does need the win. And then I think he's got like 1 or 2 more games after that, and then he could get another upgrade, which again is going to put him in an absolute elite category. I think he's brilliant. His left stick's brilliant. His pace, shooting wise, could do with a bonus, but that's where a finisher comes in. I just think he is an absolutely class player this year, and he does obviously hold some very good links. Haaland, on the other hand, another great striker. I must admit, I found him a little bit underwhelming at times. I've got his gold card at the moment, and I know it's another upgrade. So actually there, he's a 93 as well. So he's been upgraded. That's kind of no shock for Man City. But in terms of a 93, it's 2.5 mil. I do like him as a card, but again, I think he is very one-dimensional at times. He's a powerhouse striker. He has got the pace, but sometimes kind of the height of him does leave him a little bit blocky at times. He hasn't necessarily got the most agility balance, the skill moves. He is a 4-star, 3-star, which is always nice, but a 5-5 is definitely going to be what this card needs going into the later stages of the ratings. So once he gets to that 95, 96, which is inevitable for him, I don't think there's a kind of world where this card doesn't get a 99 by the end of the game. But I do think he just needs that little bit extra putting into him. And I think in terms of body type, I may be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure... No, he does have a unique. It's a weird one. I felt like he should have been better with a unique body type. Once they kind of got his in, because at the minute... or at least for previous FIFAs, he played like Lewandowski and Kane. He had the great shooting, pace was definitely better than them, but he still felt really blocky. Even with the unique, I must admit, I felt like he was going to be a little bit better than this. Again, it's a work in progress. Maybe he does fix once he gets a bit of an upgrade, but we will soon see on that one. Another good upgrade, Hansen got a 91, so we do know her gold card was very, very in demand. The gold card is still currently coming in at 841,000, which is absolutely nuts in general. She did manage to get in her Trailblazer from Trickster to Finesse Shot, I believe, which again is going to be fantastic. I think Trickster is always nice, but I think Finesse Shot 4 is going to be absolutely perfect. She was a very good card. Whether I'd pay the 2.5 mil, I think there is better out there, but or at least cheaper for the price. 2.5 mil is a lot to come by at the moment, and I must admit, I don't think I'd really pay that out of coins generally, and that's just coming from myself. FC24 is here, and Sky Coach has all your needs covered. From squad battles, champs, qualifications, and even now draft boosting, there is a long list of services they do give, as well as coaching, and also the big one everybody wants in FC24 coins. The service is fast and reliable, and you will get your coins, your boosting services, or obviously coaching in a matter of hours. If you do want to get any of these, make sure you head over to skycoach.gg, go onto the website, and when you go to checkout, make sure that you are using the code JT11 at checkout for your 5% off your orders. And if you'd prefer to do this on mobile, check out the screen right now with the QR code for their mobile app. If we then take a look at a few more of the golds, we've obviously got Benzema there, we've got Kolomawane, is it Reeton, I want to say, as you pronounce it? I actually don't know, and it's a bit kind of not necessarily the biggest cards at the minute. We've got, yeah, Reeton, I want to say is how I pronounce the name. Again, pretty bog standard with these. I feel like when we've gone into these sort of high rateds in the kind of gold cards, some of them may be quite a high rated, but necessarily don't perform. It's kind of like Hansen. She is, what, a 90 rated card already, so she's already at that level. But I must admit, when it comes to someone like Reeton at 88, she's very much fodder in my opinion. And Kunku, I definitely go as an A at the moment. I don't think he's got an upgrade. Now I'm just double questioning myself with him. He is a normal card still, so he's currently coming in at 13.5. But I think in terms of a very bog standard gold, he's definitely one of the better ones that will come out. And then we have Ushala, I can never pronounce her name. Let's have a look. Oshola? I don't know. What's her first name? Has she got a better first name? No. Okay. The Nigerian striker for Barca. Yeah, ignore me. 15.5k. I think a pretty standard. Always good links in Liga F, especially if you've got Putellas, if you've got Bonmati, I think it is. Then you've got Hansen, you've got Rolfo. She's going to have a very good links aside her, but I do think she will be dropping down very quickly without an upgrade coming in. And to be honest, same with Benz now. I think in terms of shooting, I think B might be actually a bit harsh on him. I think in terms of pace, that is going to be the big factor. And I know in the last tier list, I want to say I put him in A, but I feel like I probably put him in B, being a little bit harsh with him. I do think pace-wise for me, he just doesn't have my playstyle. That is just what it comes down to. Finishing-wise, playstyle plus, brilliant, but pace-wise is just not enough in my opinion. Then we have a lot of special cards, so let's run through all of these and see what we get. Griezmann, absolutely incredible. Love Griezmann in this game. Especially, he did get a playstyle plus. Obviously, with his gold card, he did have the finesse. They changed it. He got Travella, dead. Now we've gone back and got an 89 in form. He's managed to get back with that finesse plus, and that is just exactly what we need. Left stick dribbling is just absolutely brilliant. I love his gold card. I think in general, Griezmann is a wonderful card this year. A very big upgrade to the 88, and most definitely I cannot wait to see him just continue going forward. Then we also have, where's Sonny baby? We did have Son somewhere. I don't know where he's gone. Son, where are you? I cannot find him. Can you see him? There I can. There he is. 88 rated. Why have I chose his inform, in fact? I don't know why I've chose his inform rather than his player of the month. I don't know if I've... I don't know. But he's got a player of the month, so I thought I may have just left his normal card in there. But he's got an 89. Okay, don't shoot me out. This is bog standard word. But Son, again, is another great card. If we look at his player of the month, I like his Trailblazer, and again, it's a nice card. But going away from that Finesse Plus into a, what is it, a Quick Step, I think he's got. No, Rapid is his Playstyle Plus. I'd much rather have the Finesse. He can play Striker in his Player of the Month. It's grindable from SBCs, which I think, again, is perfect. He does expire on the 13th of November, so you've still got a fair few, you got like, what, a couple of weeks to go, and he is coming in at the moment at a mil. I think he's well worth grinding out. That personally is my opinion with him. And same with Liao. Liao's got himself a lovely Trailblazer as well. He does have himself a Player of the Month that is the same rated, but I do think with Liao, it's kind of the argument, because you've got normally a Finesse, a Quick Step, or Rapid is that. Oh my god, I need to learn these. Rapid is his Playstyle Plus for his Player of the Month, but then he does have the Finesse on the Trailblazer, so I think he's got a bit of an upgrade there. You've got 700k for his SBC, or 1,000,000 coins for his Trailblazer. For me, I think that's a wonderful upgrade. I like the fact that he has got a better Playstyle Plus, so it always works in favour. If we look at Rodrigo, I know the SBC, I believe, has expired now. It has expired, 514. First Touch is his Playstyle Plus, but like most of them, especially the lower rated, didn't have anything to begin with. So I don't think you really missed out on too much if he didn't have one. But First Touch is always going to have a bonus compared to not having one. Then we look at Wilson, lovely free card. I think he is, again, a great addition for just an objective, get him done, and absolutely slap it out if you don't have any of the strikers in a kind of overall category. If you've got a Messi, but he's benched because realistically you don't have Argentinians or MLS players or icons to link him, then he is going to be a nice fit-in for a lot of people. You've got Cunha, who was free for the level 40, even if you did pick a lot of the 86 times free. I do think, in terms of Wilson, was a very good prem objective as well. João Pedro, absolutely love. I believe he is one win away, or has got his upgrade now, at least going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. He is 87 still, yeah. So I must admit, this card is brilliant. I've got him on the second account. He's been absolutely tearing up the lovely foot champs. 91 pace, 85 on the shooting, and can still get another good upgrade from him. He's come from a 73 as well, which is even more surprising, that normally when you get a silver that gets such a boost up there, they don't necessarily play how they should, but I must admit this card is absolutely phenomenal. Same with Kudus. I think he was a well worth SBC going into it as kind of just a bog standard shot in the dark. If West Ham managed to go through, they managed to get the 2 wins, you're absolutely laughing. You get an 86, already with great pace, already has a good amount of dribbling, 80 composure, but with a double upgrade potential. That's going to be not a bad one whatsoever, but he absolutely tears it down the wing. But like I said, with a lot of these cards, you won't miss out doing them. If I don't do a Kudus, I can then go get a Diaz. If I don't do a Diaz, I'll go get a Matoma. If I don't do Matoma, you try and pack a Rashford. Whatever you can. How much is Rashford coming in at, actually? But I do think when it comes to these SBCs, unless everybody, like if you're on Twitter, if you watch YouTube videos, or naturally you just play Foot Champs and you just take notes of who people have, if you see somebody have the exact same person, so for instance, normally it's like a Blanc SBC. If you don't have the centre backs, perfect one there. We see a flashback Neymar, a flashback Ronaldo. Everybody does them. So I would always 100% recommend doing them. But when it comes to your Rodrigos, Son, Liao, Bellingham's coming, you've got a Haaland no doubt at some point, a Salah no doubt at some point. They're not necessarily a be-all and end-all. If you've got the fodder, brilliant. If you are absolutely busting your neck for one of them, make sure it's the one that you want to do. Because even with someone like Kubo, brilliant SBC, comes in relatively cheap, and he's there for a month. I would much rather grind towards that card than try and do a Rodrigo instantly without the fodder, then not being able to do the hero upgrades, then not being able to do the icon upgrades. I'm a gambler. I like the gamble SBCs just in case. When it comes to the players, there's always better players out there. There's always going to be releases of cards. They may even come back in a review in player pick or whatever, or a gamble SBC that lets you get March to April's SBCs. So whether we see that again, it will be an interesting one. Then we have a look, we got Andre Silva. I'd say pretty bog standard now. I don't think he's had an upgrade. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure he is with, Sociedad. So 35, he's gone. He is an 86 now, but he just doesn't look that appealing in my opinion. A very, very bog standard striker, nothing too crazy. Alvarez, on the other hand, I believe he is still there as an SBC from last week. Could I be wrong? No, he's still there till the 3rd, so you've got 3 days to get him done. In fact, 466, didn't have a Playstyle Plus prior, so he has now got himself Relentless. Again, maybe not necessarily the greatest Playstyle Plus, but he didn't have one to begin with, so I can't really grumble too much on that. Very good card, but I guarantee he's going to have another upgrade. So I personally would miss this one just to know that he would get one later on down the line. And at the very minimum, another thing to always consider, like we've got with Nunez now, is... That's weird. Why is he at the top? Okay, he just wants to be a bit above everybody. You've got evolutions. We've already seen a plus 10, a plus 11. Give it halfway through the year, an 80 will be able to go to an 87. Meaning Alvarez could do it for literally half the price. You're paying 466,000 there. I guarantee he goes into an evolutions at some point to make him an 89. Again, it's just something that you've always got to consider. Then we have Chiesa, lovely card. Think he definitely needs the upgrade again. In terms of the Nike promo, they were bog standards, weren't they? They're just gold cards, nothing too crazy. But I do think when it comes to his gold card in general, still relatively nice. Good pace down the wing, 4-star, 4-star, has a rapid playstyle plus as well. So he is, for me, not a bad card. We then also have, I believe, is it Sissoko? I want to say, I believe you pronounce it the same. Ibrahim, I want to say his name is, and he's an 86 now, which he still is, which is always nice. 72,000 coins, very, very good pace. No playstyle plus coming from a silver, 4-star, 4-star, 74 composure. Not the greatest in the world, but we can go with a finisher, which would give him 87 shooting, 94 dribbling. I mean, it's definitely not a bad card, and even though he's necessarily one of the cheaper road to the knockouts that you can get, he's still not discard value, which normally tells you a lot. If then we just kind of go with Rashford, I think Rashford's having a phenomenal FC24. I think for me, he is most definitely on that higher caliber. Some people may disagree. I do think this card most definitely is very expensive for what it is. 1.8 million, does have himself a cheeky power shot plus. He has that anyway in his 85, 190,000. I would much rather go with the gold personally, especially at the price that he is. It is a good upgrade, a +3 on his pace, 5 shooting, 3 passing, 4 dribbling. It's a nice upgrade, but to say it's 1.6 million coins more, I would much rather go with the gold still at the moment, and that's where I think the fear of missing out really doesn't really apply to me in this one, because in terms of golds, they can still do. I've come up against just bog standard, like not even like a Virgil gold teams, and they have absolutely wiped the floor with my team. And even then, we've seen higher players get absolutely trounced. Whenever you come up against a silver team in Foot Champs, you know full well that guy is going to be of a next level, and that's why I'm like, you don't need to go out and spend massive coins. Keep the coins in, because EA are going to try and make it as untradeable and as low in coins, so you have to go and buy packs, or at least have to do more grinding to play the game more to be able to afford these sort of players. And again, with Rashford, I don't think there's ever a point in the game where I'm ever going to spend 1 million coins on him. Even if he becomes a team of the season, again, I'll try and pack him, but if it's not untradeable, it doesn't really go into my team. The coins normally are for the gamble SBCs, if anything. Or if you got a player of the month, that always is a nice shout for him. Then if we blast through a few cards, I think Doku, nice inform, definitely started off the game really well, especially if he is continuing to play over Grealish. It would be interesting to see what sort of rating he could get to. I don't even know how old he actually is. He's 21, average body type, good pace, shooting wise could do with the work. I think he is more of a pace merchant down the wing, but that's kind of going to be about it. I could argue between the two. If I'm seeing Reeton, Coman, I'd say he's better than them. I'd say he's on this level, but probably kind of very bog standard in the middle. We have Jonathan David, love the card, think he's a great striker. Again, we're going to see him absolutely pulling forward. Di Maria with the Trickster, I'm going to go more A for him personally, but could get the upgrade. If he does get a double, then a 90 rated Di Maria is definitely got to be in more of an S category. But I do think the weak foot, which I'm pretty sure is still really bad in the game, needs to be upgraded. He's a 5-star, 3-star, so at least it's not a 2-star with if you take silver linings, but I think that 4-star weak foot, which will come eventually, is going to be the kind of next level for him. Diaz as well, I think he's probably more on the higher A if I'm being honest. I think with him, he is kind of very much pace orientated. If I could spell his name right, that would be nice. 88 rated now, in fact. 940, 94 pace. Yeah, that's an easy S card in my opinion. I don't think you can get too much easier. If we look at then Lacazette, a new one in the mini release for Centurions for the first week. 86 rated now, gone from 83. He has got himself a first touch playstyle plus, which I'm pretty sure he didn't have prior. So again, nice little upgrade for him. Wouldn't say he's necessarily going to take many people out of the team. He's already 128k, so it kind of is what it is with him. Then it comes to Pop, another Centurions 90 rated, very bog standard at 52,000 coins, like a lot of players. She's got a 5-star weak foot, great shooting, pace-wise not necessarily there. Got a good amount of dribbling, but could do with an agility balance boost, but with the pace you're going to have to go with the Hunter, so you can't even get that agility balance up as well unless you sacrifice more pace and go with the engine instead. You kind of lose out on that 4 pace, which could be vital for it. We then have someone like Mertens, I'd say pretty bog standard in the A. Oshiman is an interesting one. Did he actually get an upgrade? I feel like he didn't. No, he hasn't. He's still a 90. Currently coming in at 715. No playstyle pluses. I can imagine at some point he gets a better card. There's no way he stays at 90. He's going to get an inform or at least a player of the month at some point, hopefully. And then kind of later on down the line, we see some more kind of non-performance based ones. But wonderful, wonderful striker nonetheless. A little bit blocky at times, but I definitely can make him work with that pace as well. Saka, on the other hand, again, another nice one. Wouldn't say he's quite on that level of Rashford or someone like a Son yet, but he definitely is on his way if Arsenal continue to grind out them results. I think they need one more match as well. I'm pretty sure they lost their first one and then have now won against PSV. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, actually. I want to say they lost their first one anyway. I'm pretty sure of that. Then we go into it. We have a few of the kind of low ones. We have Sarr. Again, more pace abuse more than anything. Nothing too crazy going on there. Same as Simons. I feel like both of them, again, especially Xavi. Is it? Yeah, it is Xavi. Is going to have a wonderful time. We saw some really good goals from him. An SBC that is still available. Again, with me, 170k, 84 is just not going to be worth it. Like I said, even with Sarr, you're getting roughly the same sort of player. You look at his Sarr, he's currently coming in at 59,000. He was an SBC as well. Oh my god, I didn't realise that. But when you look at it, 59,000, great pace as always. Shooting wise is a little bit better. Dribbling wise is there. 4-star, 3-star from both of them. Just because of name and also maybe even league potentially, or even just nation. 170,000 for Simons or 50,000 for Sarr. I know what I would personally go for. Then we have Mahrez, very bog standard. It's very weird seeing a lot of these kind of mega stars kind of going into the Saudi League now. And yes, there is definitely some links to be had, but they are not just there yet. I feel like unless you've got the Ronaldo, the El Jabba, the El Waran, you're not really going to see a massive kind of link just yet. And Neymar, obviously, another big one with Big Boy Benz. That's going to be a later on down the line when you can make maybe a full special Saudi team. That could be where you'd see a player like Mahrez flourish. But I think when it comes to it, Ping Playstyle Plus, as well as only a 1 upgrade, it's not really going to get anywhere. Pedro Goncalves, has he been upgraded without me knowing? I want to say it was mainly the UCLs. Yeah, he's still an 84, pretty bog standard, 13,000 coins, nothing too crazy. Probably more fodder than anything. 78 pace on the wing. You can bring him in the middle for a centre mid, but I do think it's just not enough in my opinion. Dzeko, I'd say just above fodder, but nothing too crazy again. He is one of them players that again has got great shooting, but pace-wise is absolutely shot. Then we have a look at our man Simon from is it no, it's not Nantes. I don't know, but he plays for that team with a yellow badge. He is coming in at an 83 rated, 15,000 coins, but cannot be put into the Centurions upgrade, which is a shame because I do think a player like that could definitely deserve it. I really wish that they kind of do something like that. But the only problem when it comes to the upgrade that they did, it was the max pace, meaning if they implemented that higher, you could put somebody else in there that isn't necessarily going to need the upgrade as of yet. For instance, someone like a Furlan Mendy, I know he's an 86. Still, you could eventually get to that point where they do get to go in, but at the moment they are focusing on the very, very bog standard of low fodder. But Simon, I've always liked him as a card. He's normally very good down the wing, pace inside, no shooting really, but passing across back is always going to be nice. Same with Openda. I think once we get kind of out of the run-ins with him, he normally gets a very, very good card by the end. Managed to get his 85 road to the knockout, an 84 inform as well. Great pace, shooting will get there eventually. I do think it's not bad to start with because obviously we've got long shots at 75, volleys at 72 and penalties at 78. It drops down the overall where he's still got 86 finishing and 87 positioning. It's not bad for an 85. And then we're kind of coming on to the final few. So Dybala, we've got Dybala, Martinez and Kvaratskhelia all from Serie A from Informs. I believe all of them will get better special cards sooner rather than later, to be honest. I think Dybala's always a nice one, but this one isn't quite on that level that we want. I believe, I want to say Kvaratskhelia is coming in as a Centurions at some point. I don't know if I've read that leak right or he isn't, but 107,000 for him. Again, another very, very nice card with a 5-star. I'd kind of put him on a very low S until he gets that upgrade. I'd go Dybala in the A, and then I'd probably go the same for Martinez. I do think when it comes to the top players in the Serie A at the moment, Kvaratskhelia is very exciting, Leao, and then also someone like an Osimhen, just because he's already at a very good rating there. Martinez, on the other hand, though, can still get up there. He just needs a few more informs to get him there, to get himself there. 88 rated is nice, but he needs that 90 and plus. And then we have Sammy Kerr. I think standard striker again, very nice on the front foot. Shooting wise is good, but I feel like she will drop down very quickly soon if she again doesn't get that sort of upgrade. Then we have a look at Matoma. Did get himself a nice inform at the very start. Nothing too crazy to kind of go with, but now he's got himself a Trailblazer. He didn't unfortunately get a Playstyle Plus, which is going to go against him, but I do think in terms of pace, ability, dribbling, is a very, very good one to watch for the future. I don't know if he's ever had a future star, but he's 26, so I suppose he really wouldn't get that anyway. And then the final two, we have Aspas and also Felipe Anderson. Aspas is an SBC that is still available until the 22nd, so a lot of time to get him done. Nice card, as always. I wouldn't say he's necessarily in my S category, just purely on the fact that I find a lot of the time he's quite bulky. But he's got the Finesse Plus, which is always nice. And then finally, Anderson is coming in at 136 from the mini release. He again doesn't have a Playstyle Plus. It's 4-star, and we'll go into the list of wingers that we have accompanied in this list. And that is going to be all the strikers, all the wingers, all the forwards. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.